welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 112, and my name is Jason Rippelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Varioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is March 29th, 2023. So your 11-month window from today is actually February 29th, 2024. There is a 29th next year.
Okay. Good to know.
And your 7-month window is going to be October 29th, 2023. As always, you can find Buy and Sell at BuyandSellDVC.com. And you can find DVC Rental at DVC-Rental.com. Remember the dash to save the cash. And be sure to hit the like button, be sure and hit the subscribe button, and be sure and leave a comment about Scott's new look here, and let us know what you think and if we should keep that going forward.
I'm trying out a little something to try to hide a couple of the chins that are coming in, and I've been watching Last of Us, and Pedro Pascal's pulling off the whole apocalypse daddy type thing, and I don't think I'm getting quite there yet, but I was just trying something new. It might be gone sometime soon. We'll see.
And today we're going to start on the Buy and Sell DVC side of things. And I just want to share this email because really I love my job. I love helping people out that are looking to get into DVC, answer all their questions. Of course, you have the people that have bought in, used it. Now they've moved on to something else. So you get to help out the people that need to sell their property. But this email I received, it said, I don't know if you know this, but amongst a little group of resale owners I know, you are often listed as one of the best, most professional and favorite. Just FYI, in case you needed to hear, you do a good job. Happy St. Patty's Day. So I love those types of emails. So you can
thanks, Mom. She appreciates it.
So you can send those in anytime. As always, again, we try and answer all your questions you have, whether it's about selling a property or buying a property. Because DVC is, I think it's a wonderful thing, and I'm going to go into, I will tell you this, we had different spring breaks. He was on a cruise for spring break. I went to Vero Beach for spring break, and I just want to say, Vero Beach is my new favorite place to go.
I love Vero Beach. Absolutely love Vero Beach.
I love it. I know that you've talked about it before, and I may not have paid attention during that episode because it is a fantastic place. I mean,
this supposed to be your first time.
No, but it's my first time since sometime before 2009.
Oh,
because that's when we had our first son, wow. And my kids haven't been there.
So it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. So it's been a long time. So, I mean, just to give you, I will tell you this. Before I started this episode, I looked. So on Norwegian Cruise Line, I've been on 10 different cruises. On Royal Caribbean,
really?
I think it's 6 different cruises, and then I did one celebrity. We've been to Debedu, that's in South Carolina, and we spent a lot of time in Anna Marie Island between 2014 to 2020.
I had no idea you've done so many cruises. Yeah. I talk about cruises all the time because I've been going on them recently. I had no idea that you were such a cruise enthusiast, at least previously.
Well, so again, I don't want to. So just to give you an idea, my wife and I went on a cruise, Norwegian Pearl, in 2008. It was a 9-day cruise. So, number one, this was a cruise, I don't mean to sound like that person. It was back when cruises were different. Oh. But this cruise ship only held 2,300 people, right? So now these ships are being built, and if it holds, it needs to hold 7,000. So there's 2,300 people. It's a 9-day cruise, which means there was no kids. This is before we had kids. There was no kids on the ship. And it was just it was the best cruise ever because no matter where you went, there was, you could get in. You weren't being, it wasn't elbow to elbow, things like that. But then later on when we would go on the cruises, everything was packed. It took forever to get on a ship. Everything's packed. You have to wait in line to go to shows, all this stuff. Yeah. And then my family we did, we've been to Dunn's River Falls, Stingray City, Hemingway's House, Southernmost Point. Like once you start going,
I've done all those too.
yeah, and then it just becomes deja vu. So
like we've been looking at other cruises, like for next year and stuff. Like almost all of them stop at Cozumel. I'm like, how many times am I gonna stop at Cozumel?
Right.
I've been there 3 times, I think, already. And like, oh, these cruises are great. And Cozumel's on the list. I'm like, maybe there's a couple other things. I'm like, oh, I'd like to try that. But it's like, how many times do we do the same stuff over and over again? So Costa Maya, I've been to a couple times. It's like, Bahamas, Nassau, however you want to pronounce it. The same thing. It's like, you don't even go off the boat anymore. It's because I've been there.
It's so funny because you start out going on like your first or second cruise, and then you meet somebody that's like, oh, we don't even get off the ship anymore. I'm like, and you look at them crazy, but then all of a sudden, like 10 cruises later, that becomes you.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, so we're going to Vero Beach now. Keep in mind, we only went 3 nights. 2 full days.
That's perfect.
And
I think 3 nights is perfect for Vero Beach. So I think you did that. That's a good choice.
So originally, my kids were supposed to be out of school the Friday before spring break. Because of the hurricane, they had to go to school. So we didn't switch the reservation. So we don't leave the house until maybe 5 o'clock. Now, keep in mind, we're used to going to Anna Maria Island where you got to take I-4 down, traffic's crazy. So, we take 417 to 90. Dude, the drive is a breeze.
Yeah. There's almost never any traffic driving down there and back.
And so, and again, I'm used to like everything being crowded, like when you go somewhere in spring break. So the drive was a breeze. So we pull up to the gate at like 7 and, there's, we're the only car there. They check us in, we go in, and then, we park our car underneath at Vero Beach. I'm expecting, is it going to be hard? No problem finding a spot, grab 2 of the luggage things, put our stuff on there. It's just everything was a breeze. And then, you've asked before, like, when's the last time you had like excellent cast members?
Yeah.
So we go to a campfire at 8:30 on the Friday night. Now, these are 2 kids, I would say, I call them kids. They're less than 25 years old, I would say. This is a s'mores campfire. So to me, this is a Friday night shift. You can just mail it in, right? Like, get your s'more and go. These kids did these different types. And so I would say there was like 50 people that showed up for the campfire.
Oh, wow.
And they did all these songs for like 20 minutes. And they were like into the songs. Like they were like, and I was like, wow, these people, I feel like they would have just mailed it in. Like, I got to get on to other things. It's Friday night.
I've always found that some of the best cast members are the ones that are not at the parks, not by Walt Disney World. At Vero Beach and Hilton Head, I've always thought I've had the best cast members because I feel like they have to bring more entertainment to it because, if you're at Disney World, you're preoccupied with everything else. But at these resort places, they really need to be on point. And I felt that the cast members at those places have been the absolute best.
So that was fantastic.
See, you talk about all this stuff. I'm going to end up booking this stupid Vero Beach trip now. This is the first time in years that we haven't had one lined up for this year. We have nothing set up for Vero Beach this year. So I have a feeling once we're done recording this, my wife's going to be booking Vero Beach.
So then we go. So let's move forward to Saturday morning. So I get up early even if it's on vacation. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I find these pickleball courts near Vero Beach, right? So
how close to Vero Beach were these pickleball courts?
15 minutes.
15-minute drive.
Right.
Okay.
And it said the address is like 299 East Airport Drive. It's in Sebastian River, right? So now I have no idea if there's any people playing there or not. I have no idea what's going on, but I see that there's 8 courts there.
Oh.
So I go there, and this was the day before the time change, so the sun was rising before 7. So I get there, say 7:15. So there's one guy there. Within 15 minutes, the place was packed. There ended up being, I would say, 45 people there.
Really?
The parking lot became an overflow parking lot. Like there was another row, like grass, that part. And I mean, it was just packed, and it was, super nice people, welcoming, and it was a great place to play pickleball. So now I will tell you, I mean, if you're really into this so I went back Sunday morning, and unfortunately they have like some round robin tournament that they do, and I wasn't in the round robin tournament because you have to be in this app and all this stuff. So I wasn't there long, but it's a really nice place. It's 8 courts. and again, there's no traffic.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to so you drive there, there's no traffic. You drive back, there's no traffic. There's a Publix in between the pickleball courts and Vero Beach if you need to, buy anything. So when I come back, we go to the pool, and again, Vero Beach just has all sorts of activities. Again, they had the marshmallows. There's a DJ from 12 to 3. They have archery. There's a mini golf tournament. There's slide races. All 4 of my family were in the slide races. Again, we're used to
be booking something. You're killing me here.
So, we're used to being on cruises where you're just fighting, or not, you're just fighting with too many people to do the things that you want to do. So I didn't know, if we would go to Vero Beach and the place would just be jam-packed and it's the same thing. But we go to the pool, it's not an issue getting chairs, right by the pool.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't even know what all I wrote down here, but
you get so excited, you haven't been reading about it, you've just been going off.
And it's just, and then we're booked to go back there again in June.
Really?
This time for 4 nights.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, we could, and then there was also, when we were there on the Sunday, there was a wedding on I think it's called Tommy Lasorda's Grassy Knoll or whatever it is. I don't.
Oh, is that the big open? That's the. I didn't know it's called Tommy Lasorda's.
Well, there's
the grassy area.
There's on that grassy area. There's a home plate there.
Yes.
And if you read it, it says something about Tommy. It says Tommy Lasorda, whatever. So there's a reference to Tommy Lasorda because I posted the picture and then somebody's like, oh, that's Tommy Lasorda's grassy area or whatever. So there was a wedding there. It was fan. And then we went down. I will tell you this, we're used to the Gulf, not used to the Atlantic. The ocean is strong.
Yeah, it can be.
It knocked over my 11-year-old, and I was like, how could you get knocked over and then it knocked me over. So, and of course it wasn't that warm. It's in March. Yeah. But my kids loved, my 11-year-old, he could go wherever he wanted. If he left the room, he could go wherever he wanted. We just said, don't go down to the ocean. He loved it. My 13-year-old, I will tell you this, he's got a bunch of friends. He's always on his computer. I don't know what exactly they're doing. They have to play games or, they always got to stay in touch. His one friend went to Hawaii and his friends in Hawaii calling. I'm like, your friends in Hawaii? Why? So
that's what kids do.
But my whole family had a blast, and my kids love the mini golf. That's free, of course. Now I will say, across the street, they do have a tennis court, and then the other tennis court they have pickleball lines on it, and they've taken the net and they've pulled it down in the middle, so it's this height it's supposed to be for pickleball. And there was a couple, playing pickleball, but I don't think they have a regular. Guests that are going there to play pickleball, but they do have a pickleball court. There's a basketball court.
There's fishing there too. I've never been fishing.
Now, so the ladies, they don't, the thing that they call fundamentals, where you can take your kid fishing and they get a fishing pole. Oh. So they don't have fundamentals going on right now, she said, because something happened with the construction across the street where she said they killed all the fish.
Oh, really? Okay.
But yes, that is right there across the street. But the Sebastian area, Vero Beach, it's a nice area. All these places in Florida, they seem to be all overpopulated. This place seemed to be still in the infant stages of becoming popular, if you will.
I'm sure you probably did, because there's lots of restaurants around there. I was going to say, did you try Squid Lips, or have you been to Squid Lips before?
No, but we wrote down a bunch of different restaurants. I don't know if that's one of the ones. Is that where we need to go? It's
almost like a dive bar place, but it's right on the water and it's all open. So it's a really cool, relatively inexpensive place to go. And what's really, really cool is that it's on the water, so it's right on. There's a little pier there, and you can go outside, and they've got little machines for quarter. You get the food, and there's hundreds of thousands of catfish right there.
Oh, really?
And you throw the food in there, and they go nuts. So I saw somebody do the last time, which is what we did. Instead of paying for that, the kids didn't finish their French fries, and the catfish loved the French fries. And so we're bringing them there, the food, just throw it in. You throw it like this, and there's just, the water erupts with catfish going for it, and you literally see thousands of them right there in the water. So really, really fun. Food's decent, and again, like a dive bar place, but Food's decent. It's relatively close on the water, so it's really, really pretty. And then the kids and adults love, seeing all the fish and everything. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I mean, we're coming back, and then we were looking like you can do surf lessons there.
I've done jet skiing there.
Oh, really?
I did rent jet ski once. I'd like to do that again.
At the Vero Beach?
Yeah, there's a guy, his name is Tito.
Okay, I think
he runs everything. He's like a blonde, like surfery looking guy. It's Tito. And he runs like the kayaks and the jet skis and stuff. He does all like the equipment rentals and stuff there.
And you did it right from the beach there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because what's funny is because I saw it on the sign, but I didn't see the jet skis. Now, this was...
Oh, I think the last time we were there, they changed it. Like they moved it down for some reason. I don't remember why. If it was like erosion. Yeah, there's a weird drop off. There's a lot of erosion from like the storm and stuff. So last time we were there, the jet skis had to be moved down the beach a little bit. So like
So right now, I mean, this is...
Yeah, in the woods, it's like...
So, I mean, right now, I'm just telling you right now, because it could change every day.
Yeah.
But when I was there, they said that there was... Let's just say they use the word like negotiations going on with the liability insurance on the jet skis. So they weren't renting the jet skis.
Okay.
So I did ask about that. So when you rented the jet skis, did they tell you to stay along the shoreline, or what was your...
No, I think you could go out, I don't know, you had to get past a lot of the people. Like they didn't want you anywhere near the shoreline at all. And it was just, I think I don't know if maybe like you go from like this area to this area, but like, actually there were buoys out there. I think they said like stay between the buoys.
Okay.
So you had to go out somewhere.
And was it pretty tame, or was it big waves, or?
It's very, very tame out there. It really only breaks on the once you get to the beach. It's not like there's big waves out once you get past.
So I did see that. That's
20
interesting.
feet.
I did.
But yeah, they typically, the waves are just breaking on the shore. Once you get past the waves, then it's relatively flat out.
I mean, they were renting the jet skis where you could just see them right there, like here they are, come rent them. Okay, yeah.
You walk right down, like they were literally right there. You can't miss them. They had you see like the kayaks and other stuff, the paddle boards and
kayaks.
Stuff out.
So again, when you were there, was it in the summer?
Yes.
Okay. So
I've been there in October, but a lot of times it's like July.
Okay, so this, again, it was March. So, I mean, I saw the kayaks. I saw this. I don't think there was anybody really doing it because it was so, I don't want to use the word cold, because then the people are going to get upset because they're going to be like, 72 is not cold, or 78. But it was Florida cold, if you will. Yep. So I'm not sure a lot of because I don't like even like the surfing lessons. I don't think anyone was doing that but there was the surfing lessons. Then I was looking up like different restaurants to go to, fishing guides to get in touch with. I was like, we might be coming here for like the next because we like to do we do stuff until we get bored of it. And I'm like, we could come here for 3, 4, 5 years, maybe, 4 nights here, 4 nights here, 4 nights here.
Yep.
I'm in love with Vero Beach, but then I come back. I mean, there's a Vero Beach Facebook group, and then they're kind of sensitive because they're like, hey guys, keep this a secret. Let's not let everyone know because we love it here. So I had a great time though.
Oh, excellent.
I might have taken up all the showtime here.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. This is going to be a longer episode. You got very excited.
So we have the food review. Hopefully the food review is a quick one.
Ty, if you're still around, roll the tape for the food review.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So for today's food review, this is for Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. I checked out the Northern Bloom Cart in Canada. I got the beef tenderloin tips for $7.25 with mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables. This is one of the only times I've really felt that I got a pretty good value for what you paid for. Because a lot of times they give you small portions at any of the festivals, whether it's the Food and Wine Festival or the Flower and Garden Festival. You get a small amount. But at least I know filet mignon's expensive. I mean, we got a decent amount. There were several pieces of filet mignon in there. They were all cooked perfectly, nice and soft. I mean, I would definitely get this again. I'm giving this an 8.1. Again, a lot of times after these, I'm disappointed. As I said, I paid $6 for this tiny little portion. This was a nice sized portion. And I mean, you could have gotten a couple of these if you wanted and really made a dinner out of it. I mean, it was a nice portion and it was absolutely fantastic. Definitely get it again, 8.1. And again, that's at the Northern Bloom Cart in Canada.
And now we're on to the DVC-Rental side of things.
So we just came back from spring break. I will be talking about the Wonder of the Sea, Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas, which is what I went on about a week ago now. I want to talk about Tron at the moment. Right now, Disney's doing their soft opening for Tron. We did it for the DVC previews. It's a fun ride, has quick acceleration, especially in the beginning. It's got big acceleration up front, and that kind of I feel like it slows down a little bit, but it's a nice, smooth ride. It's definitely going to be tougher, and this is very well known. It's tougher for, we call them poo-shaped people. You're a little bit heavier. I was a little worried that I was going to have issues with the ride. I did not, but there were a lot of people who were waiting for the back cart, because right now, like every other ride vehicle will have seats in the back where you can just sit down instead of literally, it's like getting on like a ninja. You gotta put your foot over it, you're locked in and you're facing forward. So it's a little uncomfortable as well. It's definitely I felt the most uncomfortable ride at Disney. I was kind of glad when it was over because I was not really comfortable in there, and it was a pain getting off of the vehicle. So if you have any mobility issues, it could possibly be an issue. So if you've got weight issues, mobility issues, this could be a tougher ride for you. But it definitely was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely be doing it again. It's a quick ride. When we got it for DVC previews, we got it during the day. I would love to go on it at night when everything is really lit up. But we really enjoyed the ride, just as a lot of people know already. Be prepared also that with right now, again, the special back seat is like every other cart. I'm told that once it goes live, because of the demand and the long line of people waiting for that back row, that every single ride vehicle will have one seat back there for, we'll have the two-seater back there or whatever for people who need it. Right now it's not there, but they will be incorporating it. But a lot of fun. I'm kind of glad I went quickly through the food of the week and the Tron stuff here because we took so much time going over Vero Beach. And I hope my wife is booking it right now if she hears me. But
so just curious, if you had to rank Tron, is it going to be in your top 5?
Top 5 rides, top 5 coasters.
Top 5 attractions that you...
Probably not.
Probably not? Okay.
It's good. I enjoyed it. We'll definitely do it again.
Top 10?
Probably.
Okay. It may be just number 10 then.
I definitely enjoy it better than Guardians of the Galaxy because Guardians of the Galaxy leaves myself and my family all a little queasy on it because it spins and it's going sideways. It's a cool ride, but yeah, we all feel not so great afterwards. It kind of knocks us out for a little while. We can all recover. Nobody gets sick, but it's enough where we sit down and we're like, we need to take a break for 20 minutes. But definitely prefer Tron over Guardians of the Galaxy.
And next episode is Wonder of the Seas?
Next episode, I'll be talking about Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas, which is
and what's the capacity of this?
It's over 7,000.
And it's the largest, as we speak, this minute?
As of right this minute, is the largest cruise line in the world. Next year, Royal Caribbean will be rolling out the Icon of the Seas, which will be the newest, largest cruise ship. But it was hysterical. I've got pictures and some videos and stuff of our ship right next to another cruise line. I mean, you could literally, looks like fit 3 or 4 of their cruise lines into our ship. I mean, it was gigantic, but you'll hear more about it next week.
That sounds great. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to come back and see us next week.
Thank you for watching as always.